Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am blessed to get so many appreciations from my viewers, and I assure you that I'll be posting videos on all the units of B.Ed second year course. I have already uploaded a video of 25 MCQs based on unit first of course 202. You can check the video description box for the link. Also you can comment on comment section for your queries. So today we are going to see Unit 2 Dimensions of Curriculum, and if you are new to my channel, you have not subscribed to this channel, then please go and do subscribe now. Before starting with the MCQs, let me tell you there are some definitions given by some educationalists and you need to just go through it and answer it properly. So the MCQ number 1 is: a curriculum can be defined as a plan for action or a written document that includes strategies for achieving desired goals or ends. This definition is given by. This definition is given by Tyler, and so the option A, Tyler, is the correct option. MCQ number 2. Curriculum is concerned not with what students will do in the learning situation but what they do. This definition is given by, and the correct option is C, Johnson. MCQ number 3. Curriculum is a plan for learning whereby objectives determine why learning is important. This definition is given by, and the option B, Wiles and Bondi, is the correct option. Let us move towards MCQ number 4. What is being implemented by Department of Education or the Commission on Higher Education is an example of, and the options you can see, they are option A, written curriculum, option B, recommended curriculum, option C, taught curriculum, and option D, supported curriculum. So let me brief you about the types of curriculum, as these MCQ is on the type of curriculum. So there are 7 types of curriculum. First is recommended curriculum, second written curriculum, third taught curriculum, fourth supported curriculum, fifth assessed curriculum, sixth learned curriculum, and seventh is hidden curriculum. For MCQ number 4, the correct option is option B, recommended curriculum. Friends, perhaps you have asked these questions like, why should I take all these subjects and follow the course flow? Yes, because it is recommended by the Ministry of Education, the Commission on Higher Education, or any professional organization. So, whatever which is implemented by the Department of Education or the Commission on Higher Education is an example of recommended curriculum. MCQ number 5. Test books, audiovisual materials, blogs, wikis are examples of. As you see, again the options are written curriculum, taught curriculum, supported curriculum, and recommended curriculum. As you can see, textbooks, audiovisual materials, blogs, wikis, they are supporting the curriculum. So these are called supported curriculum. So the option C, supported curriculum, is the correct option. MCQ number 6. Whatever is being taught or an activity being done in the classroom is an example of. You can see the options given: taught curriculum, written curriculum, supported curriculum, and recommended curriculum. In the question itself, the word taught has come. So the option A, taught curriculum, is the correct option. So what is taught curriculum? This is about the implementation of the written curriculum. So when the teachers give a lecture, initiate group work, or ask students to do a laboratory experiment with the guidance, the taught curriculum is demonstrated. Moving towards MCQ number 8, which type of curriculum indicates what the students have actually learned? And again you can see the options: learned curriculum, hidden curriculum, written curriculum, and supported curriculum. Again in the question itself you can see the word learned. So the option A, learned curriculum, is the correct option. Now what can be said more about learned curriculum? This can be measured through learning outcome. A learning outcome can be manifested by what students can perform or do either in their cognitive, affective, or psychomotor domains. The learning outcome can be determined by the results of the test and it can be achieved by the students through the use of learning objectives. MCQ number 9. Curriculum is a plan for providing sets of learning opportunities for persons to be educated. This definition is given by, and the correct option is D. Sailor. Now we'll move towards MCQ number 10. According to which of the following educationalist is the main principle underlying the construction of a curriculum is that through education the educand should be able to adopt the patterns of behavior proper to different circumstances. And the options you can see are Dela Cruz, Crow and Crow, T.P. Nunn and Tanner. This MCQ is regarding the principle of curriculum development. There are basically 11 principles of curriculum development. So, according to Crow and Crow, this is the main principle underlying the construction of curriculum. So, the option B, Crow and Crow, is the correct option. MCQ number 11. According to which of the following educationalist, the principle of utility is the most important principle underlying the formation of a curriculum? Again, you can go through the options T.P. Nunn, Taylor, Dela Cruz, and Rogers. Let me tell you, the option A, T.P. Nunn, is the correct option. This MCQ is based on the principle of curriculum development. MCQ number 12. The content included in the curriculum has to be organized systematically by keeping in view which of the following points. Options are abstract to concrete, complex to simple, known to unknown, difficult to easy. So friends, whenever we are studying something, we just arrange it as from concrete to abstract, not from abstract to concrete, from simple to complex, not from complex to simple, and from easy to difficult, not from difficult to easy. So the correct option is C, known to unknown, because if we go from known facts to unknown, it will be easy to remember. Moving towards MCQ number 13, which of the following is a manual of instruction in any branch of study? And the options are A, syllabus, B, textbook, C, magazine, D, newspaper. So you all know about what is syllabus. It is a set of lessons or the exercises that need to be completed in a course of time, and textbook is actually a manual of instruction in any branch of study. It is used by teachers as well as students. Magazine and newspaper are not the correct option, so the correct option is B, textbook. Moving towards MCQ number 14. Which of the following is not an advantage of textbook? As you can see, the options are A, it provides organized units of work. Yes, it is an advantage of textbook. Option B, it gives you all the plans and lessons need to be covered in some detail. This is also an advantage. Option C, it is a resource for both teachers and students. Yes, a textbook is a resource. It is actually a manual of instruction. Option D, it tends students to see learning as an accumulation of correct answers. This is actually not an advantage, because if students only see learning as an accumulation of correct answers, it's not giving to effective teaching learning process. So the correct option here is D. It tends students to see learning as an accumulation of correct answers. MCQ number 15. Who chaired the National Steering Committee for the process of development of NCF in the year 2004? Just go through those confusing options given in front of you, and I am gonna tell you the right option. So the right option is B, Professor Yashpal and 21 national focus groups. Moving towards MCQ number 16. Which of the following is a correct statement? Option A, curriculum transaction is a narrow concept of curriculum while curriculum development is a broad one. Option B, curriculum transaction is more difficult task than curriculum development. Option C, curriculum transaction is based on the theoretical aspect where curriculum development and practical aspect. And option D, both B and C are correct. Let me explain you first what is curriculum transaction. Curriculum transaction is central to the quality of secondary education, for that matter, any stage of education. And basically, there are some differences between curriculum transaction and curriculum development. So, the first difference is curriculum transaction is a broad concept while curriculum development is a narrow concept. So, the option A is not a correct statement, so it is not a correct option. Option B, curriculum transaction is more difficult task than curriculum development. Yes, it is a correct statement. Option C, curriculum transaction is based on the theoretical aspect where curriculum development and practical aspect. Yes. So both the options B and C are correct. So the option D is correct. MCQ number 17, transaction of curriculum is done. Let us see the options one by one. Option A, at initial stage of introduction of new courses at school stages and higher levels. Option B, at end stage of introduction of coming courses at school stages and higher levels. Option C, in a cyclic process consisting of 4 steps. D, none of these. The correct option is A, because transaction of curriculum is done at the initial stage, not on the end stage. Also, it is not a cyclic process. The cyclic process should be curriculum development, not transaction of curriculum. Now, MCQ number 18, which of the following is not a guiding principle of National Curriculum Framework? Before going to the options, let me tell you there are 6 guiding principles given by National Curriculum Framework 2005, and they are connecting knowledge to life outside the school, ensuring that learning is shifted away from broad methods, enriching curriculum so that it goes beyond textbook, making examinations more flexible and non-threatening, discuss the aims of education, building commitment to democratic values of equality, justice, secularism, and freedom. So, if you go through the options carefully, you will get to know option C is not a guiding principle because it is harmful statement there. Moving towards MCQ number 19, which of the following bodies approved NCF in September 2005? Let me tell you, NCF stands for National Curriculum Framework. Now, if you go through the options, you will find that option A, Central Advisory Board on Education, which is also called CABE. This is the correct option. Moving towards MCQ number 20, which of the following are included in the TABA model of curriculum development? As you can see, the options are objectives, content, learning experiences, and the last option is all of the above. Let me tell you the model includes an organization of and relationship among 5 mutually interactive elements like objectives, content, learning experiences, teaching strategies, and evaluative measures. So the correct option is option D, all of the above. MCQ number 21. TABA model of curriculum development includes an organization of and relationships among. As I told you now, there are 5 mutually interactive elements. So the option C is the correct option. Moving towards MCQ number 22, which of the following is called unplanned or unintended curriculum? The names suggest that it is nothing but hidden curriculum. So the option B, hidden curriculum, is the correct option. MCQ number 23 is based on the definition. Curriculum is a program the college offers to its students, a pre-planned series of educational hurdles, an entire range of experiences a child has within school. This definition is given by, you can go through the options here, and the correct option is option B, Eisner. MCQ number 24. Which of the following refers to a lesson plan or syllabus written by teachers? As you can go through the options,
you will come to know it is nothing but written curriculum, because this is the only curriculum which needs to be tried out in sample schools to determine its effectiveness. We'll move towards our last MCQ, which is MCQ number 25. Curriculum development involves general aims which the schools are to pursue and about which the more specific objective of instruction are attained. This definition is given by, and the correct option is T. Dela Cruz.